Hello. Um, Give me just a moment here while I get everything going. So I've changed the look again. I hope you guys don't mind. Um, let's take a look at. I want to test the chat. See how it's showing up. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep, looks like it's showing up. That's good. I'm gonna pull it up here as well. Okay. So now I can see things there. Okay. Welcome. Um, I sorry for the little bit of scuff at the beginning. Can you hear me? I just want to confirm that and that I've not been talking to a wall this whole time. Okay, good. All right, we could continue. That is fine. All right. I apparently need to log into Twitch to do my chat in here in this new program I'm using. So, yes, I know I'm talking to a computer, not a wall, but still. The computer is right in front of the wall, so I think it counts. Okay, and yeah, give me just a moment. I'm gonna leave it on this starting soon screen. I just wanted to test a few things first, but I'm gonna mute myself for a bit. Thank you. I increased the size of it a little. I don't know if that's going to help. I may have to readjust some things to make the chat look bigger and readable. Um, this was just what came default. Okay. I have did you want me to ping people in the Discord? I could. I could ping my fans. Okay. I think um anyway, yeah, I didn't say I was going to ping them. I can clarify that at another time. Anyway, so I've got everything fixed up as much as I can for the moment. If it continues to be um, too small to read the chat, then I will look into solutions for making the text bigger. Actually, let me see. Are there any options in here? I boosted the text size. Maybe that'll help. Oh, this is the, like, portion. I'm essentially using a scene within a scene for the chat and for the socials. So I can make those segments in one place and I don't have to edit them in every single scene. It's really cool. Anyway, okay, so we're finishing this. We're getting to the stream now before everyone loses interest and dies. Okay, yes, I am using Streamlabs now instead of regular OBS because I'm tired and OBS makes my brain hurt. All right, and so yeah, this is what we're working with right now in terms of playing the game. Nope, too late, you died already? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we're going to play anyway. I don't care. I want to finish this game.
Your next stop is North America 1776. A key American document should have been signed by now, but it's nowhere in sight. You'll be handling a political hot potato, Inspector. I'm sending Polly Tix along to give you good advice. She knows all the political angles and the lines and curves, too. Good luck, and give Ben Franklin my best.
What a blast to the past! We've arrived in the American colonies on the 4th of July, 1776, and that founding father is none other than Thomas Jefferson.
The misfortune. The Second Continental Congress is assembled and waiting for me, but my final draft of the Declaration has been stolen.
No need to get all wigged out, Mr. Jefferson. We'll help you make your declaration.
Yes. Yeah, we've spoken with Politics before because that was one of the ones you commented on. We had a weird we we had a that was when you commented on their weird names. And I recognized this one because it was the word politics. But yeah, there's quite a few that have these interesting sort of names where they make another word. Well, let's talk to Thomas Jefferson.
Greetings. Forgive my distraction. The declaration draft I was composing has been purloined, and the Congress is waiting on me.
I think she was the one with William the Great. The one where we had to go and get, like, arrow supplies. Yeah. Alright, who are you?
I am Thomas Jefferson, a representative of the colony of Virginia. I've been working on an important document for the American colonies called a Declaration of Independence.
Did I download the past streams? Yeah, they're all uploaded on YouTube. Let me just go ahead and share some links right now since I keep getting questions anyway. Let me share. Alright, I am sending the link to the Discord. And also YouTube. I don't think I need to send the Twitch link since you've all already made it here. I think sending my Twitch link would be really weird in Twitch. Okay. Yes, it would in fact be very redundant. Okay, back to the game. Why are you creating the Declaration of Independence?
Actually, the idea for a declaration was inspired by a 5-man committee, of which I am just a part. But they asked me to do the actual writing.
Why were you chosen to write it?
I have a bit of a knack for writing, so Adams and Franklin asked me to write out the declaration. I've been working on it for 2 solid weeks.
Turn up the game audio? I was concerned that it was going to overtake me, but I can make it louder. Okay, it's at max now. Or do I need to turn myself down? Am I too loud? Okay, so if you can't hear the game properly, but I sound fine, it sounds like I need to turn myself down so you can turn the stream volume up. What is the Declaration of Independence all about?
The American colonies live under the rule of King George of England, but his unjust rule has overtaxed our patience. We have decided to declare our independence.
Why do the colonies want independence from England?
The king overtaxes the colonies and gives us no say in the matter. This is called taxation without representation, and it is most unjust.
Who will sign the Declaration?
Delegates from all 13 American colonies have formed a second Continental Congress in Philadelphia. They are waiting to sign the final declaration, but I haven't finished writing it yet.
What is the problem?
A thief stole my first draft of the Declaration of Independence, and I don't have enough parchment for a rewrite.
How can we help?
Parchment is the key. If you can find me just a modest scrap, I'll be able to jot my thoughts down again and take them to the Continental Congress.
Where can we find parchment?
If only I knew. The British taxes and naval blockade have caused a serious shortage in items like glass, lead, and paper. You'll have to keep a sharp eye out for parchment.
Okay, thanks. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk at the same time as the game. I know, right? We could just give him paper from the future, couldn't we?
Thomas Jefferson was known to fiddle around with a violin. In fact, he was quite good.
In England, men wear powdered wigs in Parliament, and in the colonies, we wear them in Congress. They can make debating a truly hair-raising experience. I love to read. My favorite recent pamphlet is Common Sense by Thomas Paine. It makes quite an argument for colonial independence. I love to read. My favorite recent pamphlet is Common... Ah, those are the plans for Monticello, my dream home. I dabble in architecture, you know.
Alright, well, time to walk all the way to Philly. Oh wait, hold on. I wanna click on this
The
first.
dumbwaiter delivers food from the downstairs kitchen right into Jefferson's den. Now that's swell service.
Farewell. Please return if you find any parchment.
Man, this is a really long walk.
Oh, we thought you might be Jefferson. Where is that man? We need his declaration draft soon, or the colonies may never gain independence. Hello, fellow patriots. The Continental Congress is getting anxious. Jefferson has not yet arrived with the declaration.
Who are you?
Benjamin Franklin's my name. Inventor, statesman, and clever writer. Ever heard of Poor Richard's Almanac? That's my publication, full of clever proverbs.
What's a proverb?
A proverb is a witty little piece of homey advice. Here's one of my favorites. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Not bad, huh?
Do you have any clever advice for us?
Well, here's something off the top of my head. The delegate who completes our declaration sublime will save the American colonies in the nick of time.
That's not very enlightening.
The delegates here are waiting for Jefferson to arrive with his draft. Then they need to make the hard decision to sign the declaration.
What's the big deal about signing it?
Not everyone is convinced that separating from England is the best thing to do. John Adams has worked to convince everyone that independence is our best option. But independence does not come without risks.
What are the risks of signing the Declaration?
If we lose our war for independence, everyone who put their signature on the Declaration of Independence will lose their heads. We're really sticking our necks out for this.
What a polite way of saying that they will die. Let me see, this is John Adams. These are just random people. Okay, so nothing specific among them. Aw, man. I wanted to see John Hancock. I'm sure we'll see him later. Well, nothing further to do here. Let's go to New York. Oh. What a nice beat. Are you guessing that these red-coated fellas are from the future United States? Because they're absolutely not. These are British army men.
G'day. Blimey, but all this garden has made tea time a distant memory. I can't remember the last time we had a cup.
Oh, okay. So you just thought another... Is he one of the signers? I honestly can't remember. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if he actually signed the Declaration or not. Are you unhappy about something?
Truth to tell, I'm a proud servant of my king. But I do feel for the colonists. They've been paying very steep taxes these days.
This is completely unrealistic. If you sympathize with the colonists, why fight them?
Well, it's my job, you know. Besides, many British think these American colonists are just brewing up trouble about their tea taxes.
How is the war against the colonists going?
Well, the colonial Minutemen are scrappier fighters than we expected. My soldiers are better disciplined, of course, but those colonists really want their independence.
What is that statue?
Why, this is a lead statue of His Honored Majesty King George III. My Marines and I have been assigned to protect his kingship from rebel scavengers.
Can we look at it?
You can look, but you can't touch. My job is to protect this statue. I can't have you making off with anything.
Yeah, they wouldn't say much about being sympathetic to these guys. They also wouldn't think their taxes were unfair because I'm pretty sure the colonies paid less taxes than the people who actually lived in the country. The biggest deal was that we were mad about having to pay taxes in general, and especially because the French and Indian War, I think that was part of it. All the fighting that the British had supplied us with troops and stuff for cost money, and so they were trying to recoup that loss from the people directly responsible. Did you mention tea?
Oh, for a cup of tea. When His Majesty taxed the tea, the colonists boycotted the stuff. They've declared coffee their new national drink.
Where can we get tea?
Tea is just impossible to find these days. The colonists have stopped drinking tea to protest the tea tax devised by King George.
When did the tea trouble start?
It all started with that Boston Tea Party in 1773. Some tricksters boarded 3 of our merchant ships, dressed as Indians, and tossed every crate of tea into Boston Harbor. Outrageous!
They also are using outdated language, but I suppose that's what they would have said. So it's realistic, but you know, sometimes we don't go realistic when teaching people vocabulary at a young age. So that's just a thing to think about.
Hey, keep back. We're protecting this lead statue of King George from angry colonists.
On July 9th, 1776, in just a few days, colonial troops will knock over the statue and melt it into musket balls for the war. King George obviously wasn't too popular.
I love that we say this right next to the dude that's like an army guy, and he's not like, what are you talking about? That'll never happen. Or what are you talking about? How do you know? Okay. Man, I thought I would come across a Carmen note by now. And I'm worried that I'm just missing it, because I don't see one.
On your way, then. And keep an eye out for tea.
No, I know they wanted representation. I was just saying that the taxes themselves weren't outrageous. Historically, they were not like an obscene amount. But it's true that we didn't have representation because we were a colony. Colonies didn't get to decide anything, really, because it was just ruled by the king. You only got representation if you became like like what we would consider a state. We had the same philosophy about when we had some colonies, and we, didn't add anybody to Congress for them.
Hey there. I'm just taking a minute to write a letter to Mother.
Who are you?
I'm a Minuteman. I'm supposed to fight British Redcoats, and I'd be off like a shot. But like many Minutemen, I have no ammunition to shoot.
Why don't you have any ammunition?
Those blasted Redcoats took most of our ammunition. Musket balls are made of lead, and lead is heavily taxed by the British, so there isn't much around.
Are you short on any other supplies?
Oh, yes. We depend on England for most of our supplies, and we'd be in a bad way without their imported goods.
What are you writing?
I'm writing a letter to my dear mother on this piece of parchment. I'd rather be off fighting, but without musket balls, a letter is my only pastime.
May we have your parchment?
Well, if I'm not fighting, I'm sitting here writing. But if you scavenged up some lead musket balls for me, I'd drop this old letter in a second.
Where can we find musket balls?
Good luck. The lead needed for ammunition is near impossible to find these days. We soldiers scavenge it from pipes, monuments, plates, you name it.
Why is that ship in the harbor?
That British warship is blockading our harbor. Those Brits are preventing friendly countries like France from sending us fresh supplies.
Why are the British blockading the colonies?
Well, first there was the Boston Tea Party, and now a full Revolutionary War is brewing.
Who will win the Revolutionary War?
We colonists will win or die trying. We're outnumbered, but we fight cleverly, Indian style. We don't stand in silly straight lines like those Brits.
When somebody says Indian style, I don't think of how, they fight. I think of how they sit on the floor, because that's the generation I was raised in. Even though now it's like crisscross applesauce instead, because it's just rude to say it that way now. And again, the point about, what are we teaching kids, vocabulary-wise, to use for certain types of people. How old are you?
I just turned 15. You could say I'm just a rebellious youth.
Are you old enough to be in the army?
Well, not really. But because the colonial army is so outnumbered, any man or boy old enough to aim a musket can join.
How old would you have to be? Oh, so this soldier, I don't think is very close to them. They just happen to be in the same city, but I don't think they're like right next door.
Look at all that flotsam and jetsam. Must be stuff still floating around since the Boston Tea Party a while back.
I tried to fish, but I've been reeling in nothing but junk.
It's easy to get hooked on fishing. Try catching something. Hey, we caught a boxfish. Actually, it looks like an old tea crate from the Tea Party. Cool.
How long has this been in the harbor? This is not good tea. This is not healthy.
I can smell that tea crate from here.
Yeah, it probably smells like mold. Alright, well, let's go try to give him... Let's try to go give them the tea. Oh, yeah, these guys are in New York. They're not even... Yeah, the guy's in Boston. So, yeah, they're really far apart.
Great kings of England! It's honest to goodness tea. If a bit waterlogged. Come on, lads. It's tea time.
Been waterlogged for months? Or at least weeks? Okay, enjoy your moldy tea. Look, a note!
Splendacious! It's a piece of the Carmen note.
Once you have the declaration, quickly go and take your station. I'm going to steal this foot. Haha! And now I'm going to go back to the soldier dude. And remember that that thing is made of lead, and they're going to take it down for ammunition anyway in the future, so I think it's okay if we, you know, borrow the foot. And we're gonna go use this on the fire.
Superific idea! Making ammo out of the lead statue. You're a high-caliber crime fighter.
Oh no, it lost a foot. It's going to lose its entire self in a few days. It just lost a foot a little early. Funny newspaper. I don't think anybody's going to be reporting on the statue, probably. Okay, we're going to give this to him.
Thanks for the musket balls. Now I have my shot at joining the Continental Army. Long live the American colonies!
Yay! Parchment. And now we gotta go back to, what's his name?
Back to Manhattan, New York.
There's nobody here. Man, we have walked so far today. We're really getting our steps in.
Parchment! You deserve volumes of praise. Now I can rewrite crucial parts of the Declaration of Independence. I've written out all the important points, but these paragraphs still need arranging. I'll hurry them over to the Pennsylvania courthouse, where the document can be completed. See you in the city of brotherly love.
Look at him run!
Superific! You found part of the Carmen note. The suspect's schemes are going to pieces.
Get concealed all safe and nice inside a Jefferson device. Oh.
Splendation! Let's catch up with Jefferson in Philadelphia.
How good to see you again. You're just in time. Ben Franklin is just now posting my paragraphs up for review and arrangement.
Greetings! Many thanks for helping Tom obtain the parchment. But now we must get the declaration in proper order. Well, my outline presents our ideas in an organized fashion. It should help us arrange Jefferson's paragraphs into a sensational declaration.
Yes, indeed. So just match up my paragraphs on the left with Franklin's outline on the right. Good luck.
Man, I wish this was about the preamble. I have memorized that thing. I have learned it from those Schoolhouse Rock videos. Date and declaration. Okay, this one goes here. Sometimes relations between two groups of people can get so bad that there is no choice but to split apart. when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station. So yeah, that's next. Everyone has certain rights that no government has a right to take away. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So that would be the next one. A list of complaints include how we're denied the right to a fair trial and the right to vote on laws and taxes. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury, for suspending our own legislatures. No matter how reasonable we've been, all cooperation has been refused, and we've only met with more unfair behavior. In every stage of the oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. We have a right to be independent, and therefore we declare ourselves officially separated from England with no further political links. We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved.
Well done! Jefferson's paragraphs match our outline perfectly. We have a most convincing declaration on our hands. Well done! You've helped organize this document into a memorable Declaration of Independence. Now, let's get those delegates signing before they lose their nerve,
There he is.
Superific! You reconstructed the Declaration of Independence. Now let's track down our thief.
Oh look, another Carmen note.
Yeah, that's the final fragment of Carmen's note.
He made it to avoid disturbance from his noisy dinner servants. Oh, yes.
Fantabulous! I'll activate the time cuffs.
It's the cat elevator. I'm joking, that's not what it's called.
Hey, that's using your noodle. The dummy was waiting in the dumbwaiter. Fantabulous! It's a major accomplishment to catch General Mayhem. Come on, General. You can think about independence. Independence.
You can court-martial me, but you'll never put Carmen Sandiego on trial.
Well done! You re-jailed General Mayhem, bartered your way from Virginia to Philly, and redrafted the Declaration of Independence. I salute you! Thanks to you, the 13 colonies are on their way to United Stateshood. But don't get too comfy. There's another crime dead ahead in time. Can I put you in charge of the case?
Yep, let's go.
Next stop is the early 19th century. Lewis and Clark should have crossed the Rockies by now, but instead, they seem to be stopped in their tracks. Better see if you can get them moving again. Once again, you'll be exploring unknown territory, so I'll send Rock Solid as your good guide. Good luck, and watch out for rattlesnakes.
I love time travel, but I'm getting tired of resetting my watch. Ah, the great outdoors. It looks like we're in North America where the Missouri River emerges from the Rocky Mountains. It's 1805, and we've run into the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Are you sure those journals aren't in the saddlebags? How could we let someone nab our notes like that? What are we going to do?
I've told you I searched those saddlebags a dozen times. Blast the luck. We'll never cross the Rockies without those notes.
And none of my Shoshone kin are nearby to help us.
Say, it sounds like someone's pilfered the pockets of these pioneers.
Know all what now? I mean, it's not known to Lewis and Clark.
Greetings, strangers. You are welcome in our camp.
May we ask your name?
My name is Sacagawea of the Shoshone tribe. Lewis and Clark hired me as a translator and to help guide them through the mountain wilderness.
Can you give us any advice about traveling in the mountains?
I grew up in these mountains with my people, so I know of many dangers. On the steep cliffs, you must skirt the surly bighorn sheep. Avoid the strong current of the river. Most of all, beware the hungry bear.
May we ask your names?
My name is Lieutenant William Clark, one of the leaders of this expedition.
And I'm Captain Meriwether Lewis, the other leader. We're in charge of the group you see here, called the Corps of Discovery.
The Corps of Discovery? What's that?
The Corps was formed by President Jefferson to explore the land from the Mississippi River to the shores of the Pacific Ocean.
Who is President Jefferson?
Excuse me? I think you've been out here in the wilderness too long. Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, and now he's the president.
I didn't ask her the other question because it's simply a repeat of the other one. It's just you ask her repeatedly for different advice. What are those medallions you're holding?
These peace and friendship medallions were given to us by President Jefferson himself. We hope to trade them with Indians in the mountains, but without our journals, we can't take another step.
Is there anything we can do?
Sure, you can find a route through the Rockies for us. And since you're willing to stick your necks out, take this medallion to trade with any Indians you meet.
Okay, so the truth is the signs she was making were really important, and I can only memorize those 3 right now. If she gives me any more, I won't be able to remember any of them, probably. You'll see in the next step. Why are your journals so important?
Those journals contain all our notes about the untamed lands west of St. Louis. The observations in those journals are invaluable because folks back east don't know much about the West yet.
Where did the thief go?
He went west through the mountains. The journals he snatched also contain advice from the local Indians on how to cross these mountains. Without them, we're between the Rockies and a hard place.
He. Can you try to cross the Rockies without the journals?
We can't risk the Corps without those journals to guide us. Except for our guide and translator, Sacagawea, none of us have ever crossed such a great and dangerous mountain range.
Okay. Well, time to go up the mountains.
Good luck. Don't get eaten by bears.
What if I wanna?
All right, there's a pass through the mountains. Shall we pass on through? Uh-oh, that ram is in no mood to let us horn in on his territory. What we need is some local advice. Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram.
Okay, so if you remember, she talked about 3 different dangers. This was for the bighorn sheep. It's a gesture indicating their big horns. This is river, because it, flows in a straight line, usually, somewhat. And then this one is about the bear. So, if we need to ask about the bighorn sheep that's right in front of us, we need to use this sign.
We've never seen that sign. Maybe Sacagawea can give us a hand with some translation.
Alright, let's
okay,
go back.
Back to camp. At least it's easier to walk downhill.
The Great Spirit shines on our second meeting. I have many memories of growing up in these beautiful mountains. I remember days spent weaving a tall basket. I also recall the sounds of my brother playing his drum. I later lived among the Mandan Indians on the plains. It was there I learned to make a sharp tomahawk. I also learned to make a sturdy moccasin. When I first met Lewis and Clark, they had just completed a long day's travel. They were very tired, and I offered them a blanket. Right away, they were both fast asleep.
Did she? I must have forgotten what the original sign was. Okay, going back
Good
up.
luck. Don't get eaten by bears.
Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram. That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need.
Drum!
Wait a wheel and deal. Maybe we can
No,
use our new
it's
item
drum.
or trade it back. I'll bet that thing can really drum up a racket, in the right situation anyway.
Drum! She just didn't make the sign so dramatically that I didn't catch it. He's like really pounding on that drum, whereas she was just like patting it a little. No.
We found part of Carmen's note. She won't pull the wool over our eyes.
Steal the journals at my behest, then go where rivers all flow west.
Okay, back to camp. At least it's easier to walk downhill.
Those are peace and friendship medallions. They're gifts for the Indian chiefs we'll meet on our journey. In a pinch, they're great for trading, too.
President Jefferson gave us the medallions. He's eager to learn about the Indian tribes west of the Mississippi.
Okay, I think we just trade what we have to get the next things.
Good luck. Don't get eaten by bears.
Because you can see there's like 3 different things we have to cross. Right here.
All right, Inspector. Who says clues don't grow on trees? That's part of the Carmen note.
If you find you're up a creek, play a game of hide and seek. Okay, I want to talk about the river. Tomahawk. This one's the tomahawk.
That Shoshone woman seems willing to trade. Let's tell her what we're looking for. Too bad. This Shoshone doesn't have what we asked for.
Okay.
Okay, down the mountain we go. That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need. Way to wheel and deal. Maybe we can use our new item or trade it back. Great idea. Just be sure you aim that tomahawk at the tree and not at your old friend Rock. Oh yeah. Timber! Good work, Inspector. And thanks to that Shoshone for showing us the way.
Well, the whole thing is that we're using a sign language that was used to kind of communicate at a more basic level. Whereas their verbal language was, you know, like ours, they had this extra language that was known by a lot more tribes.
Stay on your toes, or at least stay on your feet. We don't want to fall in. Eureka! We've reached the top of the Rockies, and that path ahead leads on to the Columbia River. Great galloping grizzlies. Where'd that big bear come from?
Bear. We need a blanket. So yeah, this reminds me actually of the saying for what to do if you encounter a bear. If it's brown, lay down.
This Indian has no treasures to trade, but he might still have some useful advice.
Okay. We need to go.
It's all downhill from here. Way to wheel and deal. Maybe we can use our new item or trade it back.
Let's go.
Stay on your toes, or at least stay on your feet. We don't want to fall in.
Also, I don't know that it's necessarily about looking asleep. It's about looking dead, I think.
I'm not feeling sleepy, but maybe we can fool that bear into thinking we're out for the count. Here goes. Way to go. With that bear gone, we can continue west to the Columbia River.
Yay.
Westward ho, let's go. But first, let's head back east and round up the core of Discovery. We're back. We found a terrific route through the Rockies.
Was your journey difficult?
No, we just had to grin and bear it. Come on, let's load up the portable boats. It's smooth sailing from here. We've reached the Columbia River. Now Lewis and Clark can float by boat the rest of the way to the Pacific. Every year, salmon leave the Pacific Ocean and swim far upstream to the place where they were born. Now that's what I call being homesick. Hey, that's the third and final piece. This letter will spell trouble for our thief, if we can figure it out.
So that's what I was saying, is I don't think it's necessarily about looking asleep. I think it's more about looking dead, or just uninteresting. Because if you run, you trigger their predator instincts to chase. It's kind of like dogs. Because if you run from a dog, it's just going to chase you. And it's just probably playing, but... Okay, keep our vile plans afloat, concealed within a Nez Perce boat. Okay.
I'll fire up the time cuffs.
I need to look up which one was Nez Perce boat. Okay, there's the dugout. Okay. That's all I needed.
Say, that dugout canoe is the Nez Perce-style boat mentioned in the Carmen note. Back to Acme Jail for you, Baron, and you won't get away a second time.
You've got me grounded. But you'll never get a beat on Carmen's high-flying plan.
Congratulations once again! You rebusted the Baron, learned to speak with your hands, and led Lewis and Clark to the Columbia River. Thanks to you, the wildest part of the western U.S. is well on its way to being tamed. Great going! But there's more lawlessness in the very near future, Time Inspector. Can you move on to a new case right away?
Yep, let's go.
You're making a short hop forward to 1808 in Vienna, Austria. The sounds from Symphony Hall are strangely silent, and that means something's amiss. You better lend an ear to the trouble. This time, your good guide is none other than Renaissance herself, conductress of the Acme Philharmonic. Good luck, Time Inspector, and try to stay on key.
Welcome to Vienna. It's 1808, and the gentleman with the creative hair is the Maestro Ludwig van Beethoven.
Ah, misery! To have mine 5th and 6th Symphony scores stolen just as they were to debut this evening. I am doomed.
Could one of Carmen's crooks have caused this classical caper? Let's find out what happened.
Yeah, so as TMS said, this is a character voiced by Charles Martinet, who is also the voice of Mario. So yeah, that's kind of important.
Hallo, forgive mine mournful state, but some rogue has purloined the precious scores to mine 5th and 6th symphonies.
Who are you?
I am Ludwig van Beethoven, the best composer here in Vienna. You've no doubt heard of my wondrous symphonies.
What exactly is a symphony?
Why, a symphony is a composition played by a large collection of musicians called an orchestra. I am at work on some bold changes to traditional symphony music.
What bold changes are you making to symphony music?
I am taking the symphony far past mere entertainment music. I wanted to express human emotions and intellectual ideas. Mine 5th symphony is filled with passion, and mine 6th has the gentle touch of nature. But all is lost now that these works have been stolen.
Why do you scowl so much?
Frustration! My temper has little patience for the patrons and musicians who fail to understand mine music. Also, mine hearing is poor and getting worse.
If creating music makes you tense, why not try something else?
Ach, tension is necessary for creating powerful music. And creating music is mine greatest joy. It is the only time I am truly happy.
He says, grumpily. Who stole your symphonies?
A light-fingered female snatched the scores to my new 5th and 6th, and they were to premiere tonight. Without these bold new pieces, the public will think that I am slipping, and my reputation will be kaput.
Is there some way we can help?
Perhaps I can quickly rewrite the symphonies, but only if you can rehearse the openings with the orchestra while I complete the scores.
How can we help with the rehearsals?
I will now recreate the 5th, my work of deepest passion. You must take the opening pages to the orchestra when I am done. Yeah.
All right. Will you please play the opening?
Stand back. This piece sets me aflame. Zeist, how invigorating.
Okay. Grab those, and then we're gonna go to the
That
symphony
opening
hall.
should make the orchestra players earn their salaries. Have a fine rehearsal.
Here we are at the Symphony Hall, and the orchestra's warming up. Are you ready to try reordering Beethoven's Fifth? Baton at the ready? Let's lead these musical types through a reading of Beethoven's Fifth. That's a kind of hearing aid called an ear trumpet. Beethoven slowly lost his hearing, yet composed some of his greatest works after he was completely deaf.
My ears hum und buzz day and night. A strange deafness is overtaking me, and the injustice of it inflames my temper. But when I compose, my music comes alive inside my mind.
That statue is a total bust. There's Bach. J.S. Bach was an important Baroque composer. His works use counterpoint, where melodies work against each other.
Herr Bach's specialties are rhythmic melodies und counterpoint. Listen.
You don't miss a beat. Finding Carmen's note can be quite an earful.
It'll blend in with classic harmony as part of Ludwig's symphony. Hide where many notes are found, but use your own distinctive sound.
Haydn was one of Beethoven's most important teachers. He added many new instrument combinations to the orchestra and wrote 104 symphonies during his life.
Ach, here is a bit of mein friend Haydn's masterful work. I play it for you.
That's Mozart. He wrote his first piece, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, at age 4. His beautiful melodies and perfect musical form contrast greatly with Beethoven's more dramatic style.
Listen to the sheer poetry of Mozart's lovely melodies.
Dun, 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 dun.
That happy face is someone who really inspired Beethoven's early career, his mom.
Oh, okay.
That opening should make the orchestra players earn their salaries. Have a fine rehearsal.
Wait, I didn't ask him to play it. I gotta go back.
Had enough of a tune-up? Let's head back to Beethoven's flat.
Hello once more. Where can that rotten rascal have gone with the scores to mine 5th and 6th symphonies? When you ask so politely, of course. Ah, I feel so relaxed.
Okay, let me do
that
my best.
Opening should make the orchestra players earn their salaries. Have a fine rehearsal.
Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
This was said the dog, darling. Beethoven must be losing it.
That score needs some serious sorting. Maybe we can get Beethoven to play us the full opening again. Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
That sound could wake the dead. Is Ludwig going deaf or something?
That score needs some serious sorting. Maybe we can get Beethoven to play us the full opening again. Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
Oh, my stomach! That sounded worse than bratwurst!
That score needs some serious sorting. Maybe we can get Beethoven to play us the full opening again.
No, I know what it is. I just have to get it to do the order.
Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
It might be wrong.
Oi, that sound could wake the dead. Is Ludwig going deaf or something?
That score needs some serious sorting. Maybe we can get Beethoven to play us the full opening again. Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
Oi, that sound could wake
The sharps have fallen flat. Let's shift the music sheets around and try once more.
I think I'm closer. I wish I could just play one sheet at a time.
Sure, I'll play that one.
Oh, looky there.
Sure, I'll play that one. Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
Oh, my stomach!
That score needs some serious. Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
No, that didn't sound quite right.
This one said
that score needs.
No, I don't think it should be last. I think it fits there. Yeah, I think it ends softer at the end. And I think the purple matches up with the like transition here and here.
Let's lead these melodious folks through a rendition of Beethoven's Sixth.
No.
Oh, my stomach!
That's just about in sync. Let's try once more to settle this score.
Okay, I think it starts with purple actually. These two should not be directly next to each other. Okay. So what we have right now is purple, yellow, yellow, purple, yellow, orange, green, blue. Purple, yellow, orange, green, blue. Okay. And then we're gonna
Had enough of a tune-up? Let's head back to Beethoven's flat.
Hello once more. Where can that... When you ask so politely, of course. I could not have finished without your help. Thank you. And now, I'm off to celebrate and consider my next symphony, the ninth.
Wait a minute. You just finished the 5th and 6th symphonies. Wouldn't your next be the 7th?
Ach, but that is so predictable. I prefer to juggle many symphonies in my mind at once. Also, math was never my best subject. Ah, one last thing. Perhaps it is mine hearing, but something in the orchestra didn't sound quite right. A theory worth investigating, perhaps? Anyway, auf Wiedersehen.
Congratulations is where we're at. We've found the Carmen Notes' final scrap. Let's check the Chronopedia for some decoding.
Bring a modern instrument with you, unique to marching bands will do.
I'll activate the time cuffs.
Sousaphone, saxophone, and electric guitar.
Of course. That sousaphone made for marching bands is definitely off tone in this orchestra. The sousaphone wasn't invented until 1850, so it shouldn't be part of an 1808 orchestra. Nabbing Jacqueline Hyde, our mistress of crime, is like catching two thieves at the same time. Well, Inspector, we've made our double troublemaker face the music. Jacqueline Hyde broke out of prison once before. This time, there won't be an encore.
I must say, it's nice to see you sleuths again.
But you'll both be history once Carmen polishes off her plan.
Sharp work, Inspector. You flattened Jacqueline Hyde and helped Beethoven rescore his 5th and 6th symphonies. Thanks to you, the most sublime moments in Western music have been saved for us all to savor. All 8 escaped crooks are back in jail for good. But Carmen must have another operative on the job because there's more trouble ahead. Can you take another case?
Yeah. I don't know if they added sousaphone to symphonies or not.
You're headed for the age of invention. Menlo Park, New Jersey in the 1870s. There should be a buzz about the electric light bulb by now, but I hear someone's blown a fuse. Better see if you can illuminate the problem. And you better take Ivan Idea as your good guide. He's great at inventing ways to take on trouble. Good luck, Inspector. And don't forget to turn out the lights when you leave.
Whoa! Epic time traveling! We've touched down in Menlo Park, New Jersey. The year is 1879, and that invention expert by my side is none other than Thomas Alva Edison.
Hey, this is no time for chatting. I must recreate the world's first light bulb before the night is over.
Go figure. I thought Edison had a working bulb. What's holding him up?
No, I think this is the one you're thinking of.
Hey, you nabbed a note.
Liberate a famous sphere, electric glow I find quite dear.
Good day, and forgive the disarray. My light bulb project is looking dim.
Who are you?
Thomas Edison is my name. I'm an inventor of clever new technologies.
What have you invented?
Perhaps you've heard of the electric light, the phonograph, the duplex telegraph, or the motion picture camera? I had a hand in all of these.
What else have you invented?
Everything. I have over 1,000 patents, many developed here at my Menlo Park Research Lab.
What are you working on?
I'm trying to recreate the filament recently stolen from my first electric light bulb. I have a meeting with some important investors in the morning, and the bulb must be burning by then.
Is inventing the light bulb fun?
It's slow, hard labor, full of reversals, but I don't mind. I like to say genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
No. TMS, I think we use it here. What's the problem?
Well, I had just perfected my light bulb using a new carbonized cotton filament, and it worked. But a scamp, disguised as a scientist, made off with the bulb. Now I must build another bulb before dawn.
Why not make another bulb?
I could remake the bulb easily, except I need more cotton thread for the filament. The factory across the street has thread, but they're closed at this late hour.
Should we get some cotton thread for you?
More cotton thread would be capital, if you can get any from the closed factory. Someone really needs to invent a more convenient store, open 24 hours a day.
Wow, Edison really does think ahead of his time.
Convenience stores.
The phonograph was Edison's first claim to fame and his all-time favorite invention.
Please try out my phonograph, which records and plays back human voices. Skeptics think it's just a magic trick, but it's for real. I use these phonograph cylinders to record voices.
No point in taking a blank recording cylinder if we don't even have a phonograph. We don't need a replacement cylinder yet. The one in the phonograph is still blank. Mr. Edison, how about recording a few pithy statements for posterity?
I'd love to. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
Look at that. We've replaced the recorded cylinder with a new blank one. That's a blank phonograph, ready to record some cool sounds. These replacement cylinders fit on the phonograph. It's a Carmen note! Righteous!
Who's knocking? I can't see a thing out there.
Who are you?
What are you, a detective or something? I'm just a late night guard working a graveyard shift.
Are you in a bad mood?
Well, what do you expect? How would you like staying up all night gardening a lousy pile of cotton?
Can we borrow some thread from the factory?
Hey, I don't know. I'm just the guard. I'll have to call the big boss and ask him. But he won't like it. Hold on.
Hello, this is Joe. What? They want to borrow thread? It's the middle of the night. Listen close, guard. Do not give those rascals a spool of thread. Tell them to come back in the morning when we're open.
Here's the scoop. The big boss says you louses should come back tomorrow, during normal business hours. Now scram! Oh, sure.
Do you like your night job?
I bet you just love staying up all night guarding cotton. But it's a living.
Have you worked here long?
Long enough. I'm telling you, life is a lot of hard work in this industrial age. Maybe I'll join one of these newfangled unions.
Interesting. With the phonograph there, we'll be able to record any conversations that happen inside the boss's room.
Who's out there? This puny window blocks my view. Hey, I don't know. I'm just the guard. I'll have to call the big boss and ask him. But he won't like it. Hold on.
Hello, this is Joe. What?
They want to borrow thread? It's the middle of the night! Listen close, guard. Do not give those rascals a spool of thread. Tell them to come back in the morning when we're open.
Here's the scoop. The big boss says you louses should come back tomorrow, during normal business hours. Now scram!
Looks like we just recorded the boss's phone conversation. Excellent. That phonograph has a recorded sound on its cylinder. To play the phonograph, move the needle to a groove on the metal cylinder and crank the handle. A part of the recorded sound will play.
Hello, this is Joe.
Far out. You'd almost think that Joe was standing right beside me.
What? They want to borrow thread? It's the middle of the night. Listen close, guard. Do not give those rascals a spool of thread. Tell them to come back in the morning when we're open.
Who's out there? This puny window blocks my view. Who is it? I can't see anything in this dark.
Hello, this is Joe.
Oh, is that you, boss? Good evening. What can I do you for?
Give those rascals a spool of thread.
But didn't you tell me before that never mind. You're the boss. If you want me handing out tread in the middle of the night, that's what I'll do.
Hey, we scored a spool of cotton thread. Edison and his light bulb will be loving us.
We did it! This is absolutely a good idea to teach children.
Ah, yet another faulty filament. Reverses are an incentive to great accomplishment.
It's cool you're so mellow about a setback. Try again.
How on earth did you do it? That factory will never give me thread during the night. Anyhow, this cotton will make the perfect filament for my new light bulb. If it weren't for your acquisition skills, I'd still be in the dark. Ah, what a long-lasting glow. And now I can finally get some long-lasting sleep. Goodbye.
Way to go! You scored the third Carmen note!
Liberate a famous sphere, electric glow I find quite dear. Don't let Acme on your tail or your next job will be in jail. In Ed's invention, wait for me, it starts the newfangled Model T.
I'll juice up the time cuffs. Let's nab ourselves a thief. It's an alkaline battery. Bullseye on the battery. Edison invented it to start up Ford's new Model T.
You Acme airheads will never put the bite on me.
Whoa! Decryption charged right out of that battery. After her.
Too bad, Acme agents. You may have found me, but my vile force field generator will keep you from grabbing me. You'll never hack through.
Bummer! The Force isn't with us when it comes to that force field. We need to knock it out of commission somehow. That wire is unattached. Let's get it a date. Sorry, that wire won't work there. The terminals on the generator are sealed tight. We can't connect a new wire there. This is an old-fashioned generator which produces electricity when we turn the handle. No good. We'll need a complete circuit to make the juice flow.
Your condition is terminal.
Bummer! The filament fizzled, breaking the electric circuit. We need a better bulb to fry that force field.
Nice bulb you have there. Not.
That test bulb burned out fast. That old test bulb had to make way for Edison's latest model. Looks good.
I got it. How many Acme agents does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Great work! You shorted out the force field machine, and I've slapped the cuffs on decryption. We are one step closer to Carmen. Your hacking days are scrambled for good, D.
Yeah. You may have crashed my code, but you won't get Carmen.
Yay for you! You engineered an elegant solution to that problem. Decryption is in the cooler, and Edison is in the history books thanks to your fast thinking. Because of you, Time Inspector, the world is a brighter place 24 hours a day. Looks like you caught all of Carmen's creeps. But there's still a major problem dead ahead. Can I put you on a very big new case pronto? You're headed for the early 1960s and Star City, USSR. Yuri Gagarin is supposed to be blasting off as the first man in space, but there's a problem. He's not on board his rocket. There's got to be a very clever criminal behind this. Ivan Idea will be your good guide for this case. I hope the two of you can connect with the cosmonaut and make the countdown happen. 3, 2, 1. Good luck!
Looking for something, time snoopers? I'll bet you are. Well, I'm finished with your little chrono skimmer, so you can have it back. That is, if you can find where I've stashed it. Oh, and don't mind me. I'll just be making my getaway. Have fun.
Holy time tunnels! We almost had Carmen in our cuffs, but she slipped away.
Star City, we have problem. It seems the rocket has experienced some tampering. Liftoff postponed until further notice.
Tampering, eh? Sounds like quite a time crime. Let's check it out. This big ship is called the Vostok 1, and that little fella is Yuri Gagarin, Russian cosmonaut. According to history, he's about to be the first man in space.
Suffering Soviet catastrophes. While boarding my rocket, I noticed an unauthorized woman messing with the equipment and had to abort the launch. Now I can't strap back into my capsule until the computer clears me for takeoff.
Uh-oh. Yuri Gagarin, the first man almost into space. Won't sound too good in the history books. Let's get to work.
Who has tampered with my rocket? I thought this site was secure.
Who are you?
I am Yuri Gagarin, Soviet cosmonaut. Soon to be famous cosmonaut, once that countdown starts counting again.
Why will you be famous?
Soon, I will be the first person launched into space. Laika went before me, of course, but she was only a dog. They chose me to be the first human.
Why were you picked to be the first person in space?
Like any Soviet cosmonaut, I am highly trained and qualified. Mission Control also thinks my photo will look good in newspapers around the world. Perhaps it is my boyish smile?
Will you get back into the Vostok rocket?
Yet, I won't get back in until I'm sure it's safe. After all, one little mistake, and boom! Yuri becomes permanent space cadet. No, thank you.
When will you get back into Vostok?
Not until countdown begins again. When the flight simulation computer at Mission Control says that Vostok will launch without problems, then I will cram back into my capsule.
How can we help you, Yuri?
Well, you could run a flight simulation on the Mission Control computer. If it works, the countdown will start, and I will be able to re-enter my rocket and blast off.
How does Mission Control's computer work?
It simulates a rocket flight plan using a series of special cards. If the cards are ordered correctly, the simulation will run successfully and the Vostok countdown will begin again.
Do you have advice for running the simulation?
Yet, problems you will not have. It is not rocket science or anything.
Actually, it is rocket science.
So it is. Perhaps you would like to tour the Vostok and learn its secret?
How does a rocket flight start?
Basic concept of a rocket flight is most simple. First, rocket roars up into space. Small capsule at top detaches and begins orbiting around the Earth with one smiling Russian inside.
How does the rocket flight finish?
Eventually, orbiting capsule slows down. Re-entering atmosphere, it crashes down to Earth. Boom! But hopefully, Comrade Yuri will float softly down in parachute instead.
Okay.
До свидания.
How about we run a simulated flight, Inspector? Nope, the flight plan is out of order. Nope, wrong punch card. We can always check out the rocket again, you know. The computer didn't like that flight plan. This is totally excellent! The computer simulation verified we have a healthy rocket, and the countdown is running again. Let's go make sure Yuri is back in his rocket. Well, let's check out the final report. Coaxial defibrillator in alignment, inertial insulation active, and... Hey, wait a minute! What's this on the other side? Holy mackerel! It's a note from Carmen Sandiego! Bummer! I think Carmen may have put the chronoskimmer in the rocket, which is about to blast off. Hurry! We've got to find it!
Star City, this is Comrade Yuri Gagarin, ready for final countdown at T-minus... what are you comrades doing back here? I'm about to finally blast off.
Sorry, Yuri. Someone stashed something important in here, and we've got to find it.
Well, by Lenin's whiskers, hurry. This is a solo mission. 3 comrades in the capsule is a crowd.
Of course! Yuri's main fuel supply isn't rocket fuel, it's human fuel. Food! Woohoo! We got the chronoskimmer!
Oh, fantastic. Now a moose. And don't forget to close the door. There will be quite a draft outside in just a few seconds.
Right, we're out of here. Good luck, Yuri! Way cool! Yuri Gagarin has blasted toward his proper orbit in world history. And now that we've got the chronoskimmer, we can tunnel through time directly to chase down Carmen Sandiego. Let's go!
Excellent work. Not only did you get Yuri out into space on time, but you retrieved Acme's most important crime-fighting device, the chronoskimmer. For that, I'm proud to promote you to the highest rank a time pilot can achieve. You are now a time sleuth. Ta-da! But there's no time for basking in your glory. Carmen is still out there, traveling the time tunnels, and until she's locked away, history won't be safe. Your next case will be your biggest. Chasing Carmen herself. Say you'll take it right now.
Yeah, we need to finish this up.
Now the chase has changed, Time Sleuth. You've got the chronoskimmer, so you can go anywhere in time. Carmen, on the other hand, can only retrace the time tunnel she's already made. Since you're going after the most elusive thief of all time, you'll need all the help you can get. I'm sending all of Acme's good guides to help you out. You're the best team ever assembled, so don't let me down.
She's heading towards the Middle Ages. Let's go!
You may have recovered your chronoskimmer and canned all my cohorts, but if you try to catch me, you'll be history. Speaking of which, that's exactly where I'm going. I'm off to complete Project History Sweep. Au revoir.
Greetings. With your help, I successfully subdued those Saxon hordes. The Doomsday Book was recovered, and I am still holding my throne. Please stay for another fancy feast.
Thanks for the invitation, but we're on the trail of a master criminal decked out in red.
Truly? I just recently met a woman wearing a red robe as long as my moat is wide. She muttered something about Roman to the capital of a great empire. She said she planned to take sides with an almost emperor who feared the Ides of March. I overheard her say she would dock into an aqueduct.
Hail, travelers! Hello, friends. Thank you for fixing the Roman sewers and recovering the Forum. You missed a splendid party. Please stay for the next one.
Hi there, Julius. We'd love to hang, but we're short on time. We're scoping the thieving trail of a woman dressed in red.
Red, you say? I just spoke with a woman in dashing red garments, as confident as a queen. She reminded me of Cleopatra. She was headed to a place where great symphonies of sound fill the air.
Encore! And do it again, too. Hallo, grand to see you again. Since you helped me with mine 5th and 6th symphonies, acclaim and fame have been mine. Would you like to hear mine latest masterpiece?
Great to see you, Ludwig, but we can't delay. We're trailing a classic criminal dressed in brilliant red.
Red, you say? Why, I spoke with a woman not a day ago who was wrapped in a long red coat and possessed a notably bold manner. She left for a land of sweeping deserts and many-faced marbles with pointed tops.
Welcome. My temple is honored by your reappearance. My reign as pharaoh is proceeding splendidly since you found the Book of the Dead for me. Would you care to take a dip in the Nile?
Hello, Hatshepsut. We're glad things are going swimmingly, but we don't have time for a dip. We're trying to put the finger on a master tomb thief, wrapped in red.
Why, I did see an unusual figure passing by my temple. I confronted her because the color red can only be worn by royalty in Egypt. She mentioned a warm kingdom by the sea where men tempt horned beasts with red squares of cloth. Could she have meant the afterworld?
Welcome to my court. How excellent to see you again. We've had nothing but smooth sailing since you put Columbus back on course. Have you returned for further voyaging?
Our apologies, Queen Isabella, but our sailing days are done. Now that things here are on an even keel, we need to tack towards a crafty crook. Seen anyone?
I was about to take a siesta when a scarlet señorita sailed through here. She was seeking a safe harbor, but could only stay for a moment. That woman declared she would visit a British Crown colony. She mentioned a meeting with some very independent legislators.
Welcome back. You have my eternal gratitude for helping us with the Declaration of Independence. Thanks to you, our revolution is rolling. You are, dare I say it, at liberty to stay with us as long as you like.
Thanks, Ben, but we can only stay a minute. We're on the trail of a master thief wearing a red coat.
Did you say red coat? I saw a woman fitting that description a short time ago. These days, wearing red does not go unnoticed. She was pressing ahead to reach an innovative print shop.
day. Ah, my friends, wunderbar. The printing press has been quite busy since you cleverly recovered my Bible. Would you care to join my next print run?
Thanks, Johann, but we need to press on. We're trying to cuff a supremely sneaky woman all decked out in red.
Why, a charming woman in red just passed through here. We almost inked a printing deal together. With a devious smile, she flew off to the land of the feathered serpent. She went to share a cup of cocoa and astrological advice with a certain central emperor. She had a burning desire to attend some sort of fiery ceremony at its 52-year peak.
Greetings. By Viracocha, you have returned! With the recovery of the royal quipus, food transport is again back to normal. Would you care to watch the activity with me?
Thanks for your hospitality, Great Inca, but we're on a tight timetable. We're scouting for a clever thief, cloaked in red.
A thieving woman in red? Happily, I have seen no such evil spirit haunting Cusco.
Looks like we're in the wrong time period, Detective. Let's reset the chronoskimmer and try again.
Welcome back. Greetings once again. Thanks to your headdress help, the fire ceremony was a success and the sun was not snuffed out. Can you sacrifice some time for a visit?
Sorry, Montezuma, but we can't stop for long. We're pursuing a master thief in a blazing red hat.
A red hat, you say? Why, a woman with a headdress like the setting sun just blazed through here. She said it had just dawned on her to see the land of the rising sun. I saw her write down an idea about visiting the world's first novelist.
Hello again. Welcome back to Japan. Since you returned the moon to my chamber, I've been able to write again. Prince Genji has had many exploits, and my novel is almost complete. We must celebrate.
Hello, Murasaki. Glad to hear your novel's going well. Sorry, but we can't stay long. We're hot on the heels of a notorious red-clothed crook.
I did see a tall foreigner in a dashing and unusual red outfit, but it wasn't a kimono. We exchanged inspired verse for a time. I almost wrote a poem about her marvelous red hat. She confided that she was off to the high mountains where people wear feathers and soft beaded leather. She said she planned to exchange some words with a woman renowned for her translating talents.
Greetings, friends. Thanks to you, we overcame a mountain of trouble, and now the core of discovery can continue on its journey. Would you like to join us?
We'd love to, Sacagawea, but we're tracking a tricky thief.
Strange that you should ask. A woman dressed in red just blazed a trail through this wilderness. She said she was feeling lightheaded and wanted to visit the site of an illuminating discovery.
Good day. Welcome back to the Menlo Park Labs, my friends. Since you helped finish my filament, affordable light bulbs have been lighting up everywhere. Interested in joining my research team?
Sorry, Edison. We deeply dig inventing some stuff with you, but we can't stay long. We're chasing down a world-class innovator in the field of thievery. She tends to dress in red.
You don't say. Well, just moments ago, I conversed with a striking woman in a long red coat. Oh, there was quite a spark between us. She said she was headed for a peaceful place called the Bright Country. She planned a gab with a ruler known for his generous gifts of gold.
Salam, travelers. Welcome, my friends. I am happy to see you. The salt you brought me made my pilgrimage possible. You will please me enormously if you choose to stay in Mali.
Why, hello, Mansa Musa. Thanks for the invitation, but we can't stay long. We're on the trail of a brilliant hoodlum. You haven't seen a woman dressed in red, have you?
Why, yes, I did see such a woman. You say she is a thief? My goodness, I took her for a diplomat from faraway lands. She said something about seeing a theater of global importance.
Hail and well met, fellows! Welcome, dear friends. Ever since you helped with the Globe's War, the play business has been booming. Would you care to join my growing troupe?
We'd love to, Will, but we're on the trail of a wily woman, a criminal genius sporting a crimson hat.
By my troth, a woman in a red-brimmed hat nearly stole the scene here a short time ago. She mentioned she'd taken a liking to a Norse colony.
Greetings! Hail, travelers! Thanks to you, my troubles are a thing of the past. Greenland and I will soon be reunited.
We're glad to see everything is shipshape, Leif. Sorry to intrude, but we're searching for a slippery female suspect.
Did you say female? A formidable female just rushed through here faster than a Norse raid. She said she wanted to reach for the stars. She said she knew a man who could send her into orbit.
Comrade, you've returned. Thanks to you, I was the first man in space. I owe my orbit to you. Please, stay for a proper Russian celebration.
Hello, Yuri. We'd love to stay, but we're hot on the exhaust trail of a master thief in red. We can't let her reach escape velocity.
Woman in red, you say? I believe I met this clever comrade. Such a mysterious appearance. I thought she was KGB. Da, I believe she mentioned something about flying high in the Cusco clouds, atop the Andes.
Greetings. It's you again. Have you time to watch the bustle of my empire with me?
Thanks for your hospitality, Great Inca, but we're on a tight timetable. We're scouting for a clever thief, cloaked in red.
A woman in red? Ah, yes. I thought she was a messenger from the far reaches of my empire. My empire encompasses many distinct peoples, you see. She said something very odd. She said she wished to see a mulberry tree and contemplate the first source of paper money.
Welcome. I, the wise Kublai Khan, greet you. Thanks to your smooth work with my precious oils, I have become close friends with Marco Polo, a most talented young man. Please, join me for some tea to celebrate.
We'd love to stay and chat, Kublai, but we're on something of a mission. We're chasing an arch-thief who wears an excess of red.
Ah, perhaps you refer to a smooth-tongued woman who slipped by here not long ago. She borrowed some of my oil, claiming she needed it to grease the wheels of her escape. I recall hearing her mutter something about feeling like a heel if she was late to a boot-shaped country. She said she'd thought of an inventive way to meet a certain Italian inventor.
Eh? Who's that? Ah, hello again. Now that I've finished the Mona Lisa, thanks to you, of course, my studies in science, art, and humor have flourished. Well, the science and art, anyway.
Glad to hear things are going well, Leonardo. You do seem a little funnier. A little. Sorry for barging in, but we're on the trail of a cunning criminal dressed in red. Have you seen her?
Are you referring to a beautiful woman in a red hat, perhaps? I offered to paint her portrait, but she just smiled and disappeared. She said she could no longer suspend a visit to a grand bridge with a golden gate. She said she was interested in seeing one person, chiefly.
Where is it? Aha! I believe it's time to rise to the occasion. Good try, good guide, but I'm afraid you're too late. I have what I came for, and I just don't have time to chat.
You nabbed Carmen Sandiego just as she was about to complete Project History Sweep, a plan to steal a certain Acme dossier. Why would Carmen be after such a file? Well, now that you have proven yourself to be among Acme's elite, I can let you in on a piece of top-secret, confidential, highly classified information. Carmen Sandiego was once an Acme detective. Yes, that's right, Time Sleuth. Carmen was one of our brightest stars, rising from a gumshoe to a master detective faster than any agent in Acme history. Unfortunately, catching crooks became too easy for Carmen. She needed greater intellectual challenge. And what could be more challenging than outsmarting Acme? Her personal dossier records the sad tale of how Carmen turned from our best agent to our most formidable opponent. Carmen must have thought that by stealing this file she could obliterate her past, but due to your brilliant sleuthing, her top-secret history is still intact. And Carmen Sandiego is finally behind bars where she belongs. I thank you. Acme thanks you. And history thanks you.
You may have prevented me from erasing my own embarrassing Acme history, but rest assured, given time, you won't hold on to Carmen Sandiego for long.
Woohoo! We did it all. We have completed it. And I only went 18 minutes over my stream time. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed this series. I really love this game. I did kind of rush the end a little bit by trying to get it in like only 1 or 2 tries without going through all the options as I usually would. But we made it, and I wish you all a good night.